Well, she may not have clinched the Glitter Ball trophy, but she's been stealing the show on the Strictly tour. Here to tell us more, it's Helen Skelton. Helen, it's so funny just watching that. I don't know if you got a chance to see that compilation there, sort of starting off with that salsa. And I remember that night, and you were like, oh, I don't know how to be sexy. How do I do the sexy thing? And then that last one with the cabaret, it's like, whoa, what's happened to you?
But we were very similar, weren't we? If it's not what you do...
I wish, Helen.
Oh, we were. In the first few weeks, we were like, what are we doing? And that salsa, they were like, just own it, be sassy, be sexy. I was like, I don't even know what you mean. What does own it mean, you know?
Yeah, I know that's what we used to say. What does own it mean?
I've got a glittery bra on and a wig on telly. What more do you want me to do? Do you know?
And that was just Gorka.
No, it was definitely something that got easier as the weeks went on, and now I get what they mean. They just milk it, don't they? And there's absolutely no holding back.
Yeah, so what is the difference then? Was there a light bulb moment at some point as you got in the further stages you thought, this is it?
I think just not questioning yourself. Like, that was Blackpool week, and that was the first time that someone said to me, oh, do you know what, Helen? Just go out and scream as you go around. And I was like, what a weird thing to do, and I did. And it's right, like, then you don't care. You know, you don't sort of... You can't overthink what you're doing, you just enjoy it. And I was also very conscious that in the blink of an eye it's going to be over and I'm never going to do anything like that ever again. So I just thought, I don't want to leave this dance floor thinking, oh, I should have given it more welly.
Yeah.
Did you prefer Latin or ballroom?
Ballroom.
Yeah, me too. Because you're not on your own as well. I think that's the thing with Latin is you do have to go out there and be really confident and like
and
act like you're
sexy.
really sexy. Yeah, and I think sometimes with the ballroom, at least you've got someone to hold on to, and it can just look pretty.
But also with the sexy thing, the more someone tells you be sexy, you're like, isn't this sexy?
Yeah.
And also you go into an autopilot, don't you, of what you think you've seen other people doing that's sexy.
Yes.
And you think, I'll do what I think other people... Don't they do something like this? And you think, this isn't me.
I know. I mean, Judy really struggled with that, didn't you, Judy?
You really did.
Really difficult.
It's really hard, especially, you know, when I had to, you know, touch myself and get into myself. Struggled.
But the cabaret routine, which is iconic, is going to be iconic, that is sexy.
Yes.
Come on, you must have felt the business doing that.
But do you know what? I think sexy is all relative, isn't it? And that was, unlike the samba and the salsa and all that, where they were like, oh, look like you're trying to chat him up in a nightclub, they were just like, go out and be fierce and be powerful. Yeah. And that's my version of being sexy, I guess. Yeah. I mean, the suspenders helped, obviously.
He was amazing.
Has this experience made you fierce and powerful?
It's definitely made me remember who I am. In that, and I think like that's one of those wishy-washy terms that people say in self-help books and what does it mean? But actually, by the end, I genuinely, with the cabaret number, I wasn't thinking, oh my God, I've got to do school run tomorrow, I'm going to face those school mums, what are they going to think? I was just thinking, I'm never going to do this again, let's just have a good time, let's just enjoy it and let's be in it. I wasn't thinking about what everyone else was thinking.
Yeah. And you were saying, like, I've been watching you on Instagram and thinking of, like, the school run thing. Like, you've definitely, because you've been doing the Strictly tour, you've definitely been living those two lives where 1 minute you're on stage in an arena wearing a costume, performing, and the next minute you're doing school run, giving the kids their lunch and their breakfast. That must be mad for you at the minute.
And everybody who works has the juggle. The extremes of my life are quite intense. Like, sometimes on a morning, leave the eye makeup on if it's good, Kaye, don't we?
Thank
be efficient.
you learned that from me.
I did, yeah.
Oh,
Have a shower with goggles on.
She actually sent me a set of goggles, which I do use.
Good advice.
Time saving.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
I like it.
Helen and I don't care.
I'm like, I'll do school run and my eyes will be massive and my friends will be like, oh, you look nice. I'm like, I know.
And then you were telling me earlier, you also used to take your kids along to work meetings because you knew that there was no other way you were going to be able to get through your day without taking the kids along with you.
I have taken my kids to so many work things. And I think when you've got kids, when you're a working mum, it's almost like, oh, they're a working parent. It makes you more efficient, makes you better. You haven't got time to get involved in the small talk.
Absolutely.
You know you love your job, so you're better. So I'm really proud of taking my kids to work. I mean, my middle one, I took him to the World Championships when Tom Daley won his second world title. And I still say to him, I'm like, you saw that? And he's 5. He's like, do I know him? But yeah, I mean, I take them to voiceovers, which is quite stressful. I once remember an engineer who hasn't got kids. He was like, I don't know how many kids you're turning up with on what day.
Well, and of course, it was great that you were partnered for with Gorka, apart from the fact you got on so well. But of course, he had the little one, another one on the way, which is lovely, lovely news. So you were both very understanding of each other and the fact that you had those lives. And of course, we couldn't not get a wee message from Gorka. Just look over there.
Hello, it's me. I know you're the newswoman today. I was here on Tuesday and I missed you, so I just want to say lots of love. I know you in the middle of the Strictly tour. You're smashing it. Keep dancing, keep doing what you're doing, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.
He really cared about you on that experience, and I could see it. We could all see it. He really, really wanted you both to do well, but you to do well. You definitely had a real connection.
And he'll probably hate me for saying this, but like outwardly he's like so macho and cool and this, that, and the other. But he's so sensitive in the best possible way. Like he was always second guessing what would be right for me. And he's selfless. Like all the routines he did for me were to make me look good. Like he never once tried to take any of the limelight. He doesn't get the credit he deserves.
And he was very strict with you in the beginning, wasn't he? He was really. I remember watching him saying, "Well, maybe," but he's maybe got more softer towards the end because he knew you more. But I remember watching the early stages and him going, "You have to believe in yourself," and he wasn't smiling at the end of it. He was like, "No, really." You have to believe in yourself. And I thought, God, he's really getting her attention about what she needs to... Yeah, he's really caring for you.
And I think, I said to him, he was such a good friend throughout the whole thing, because obviously it took me a while to find my stride in it. And sometimes some of your friends can be like, oh, this is bad, that's bad. He didn't give you any time for that. He's like...
Get on with it.
Give me a kick up in the bum in the best possible way.
Right. Now you're on tour, you've got Kaye. How is he?
Well, I feel like I've got the pair of them. Because, like, Gorka phones most days to see how it's going. I'm like, mate, let it go. No, I'm very lucky that I've got a great, great friend in Gorka, but I've also got, Kaye on the tour. So I'm lucky because Kaye loves the ballroom numbers. I don't think anybody will do cabaret like Gorka did. That's definitely his number. But it was funny, when Gorka came to the show on Saturday night, I was so nervous.
Oh, yeah, it's like your tutor.
Yeah. And I was like, was it all right? And he's like, yeah, it was good.
And I bumped into Florice last night, funny enough, and she was saying that you and Kaye are the most competitive of all of the couples on the tour. It is. You're out there, and you're about that sporting streak is 100% there.
When they say, what would it mean to win the trophy, every night everybody gets more and more shameless.
Well, you are on tour, of course, until February the 12th, and I think you're finishing in Glasgow.
Yes!
Yay!
We've done a special number. You can join in.
I'll have to be the slosh. Thank you very much, Helen Skelton.